dos olhos meus e a luz dos olhos teus resolvem se encontrar. Ai, que bom que isso é, meu Deus, que frio que me dá o encontro desse olhar. Mas se a luz dos olhos teus resiste aos olhos meus só pra me provocar, meu amor, juro por Deus, me sinto incendiar. Meu amor, juro por Deus que a luz dos olhos meus já não pode esperar. Quero a luz dos olhos meus na luz dos olhos teus sem mais lararará. Pela luz dos olhos teus eu acho meu amor e só se pode achar que a luz dos olhos meus precisa se casar.
The Dream Part 1. Lily was at her window reading, as usual. That night she was finishing reading a biography of her favorite romance author. She was in a comfy chair, right beside her bookcase. She had a side table for her usual chamomile and honey tea and a lamp. The view from her window is to the alley and the neighbor's stairs, so it isn't particularly interesting to appreciate, but when it is raining and the water falls through the glass, her view is so good as everyone else's. She was a particular fan of thunderstorms, but sunny days were her favorites, so she could go to the park to read. Her cat, Nancy, was an adorable specimen, ginger with green eyes, like its owner. Nancy was laying in her lap in a deep sleep, keeping Lily's legs warm. Nancy was very attached to Lily, and Lily to her. They were both very loving, so they completed each other. Lily enjoyed her simple life, it was safe, and she was so happy as she could be. She had a particular joy in imagining herself in the adventures of her books, allowing her to be an astronaut, a poet, and a housewife in a same week. Lily is a violinist, and her living room was half a classroom for her to teach her private students, most kids. Usually, she goes to her practices with other musicians on Tuesday and Thursday mornings, and on Wednesday evening attends a book club with some friends and her sister Tabitha. Lily was a regular in the library. Most of the books she read were from the library that was on her way home from her practice. The collection she made was her favorite books that she uses to decor her bookcase, and since she is such an avid reader, she was always responsible for choosing the novels for the club. "Come on, Nancy, let's go to bed, sweetie," she said with a yawn. She likes to watch TV before bed, but she was so tired and the rain so relaxing to hear that she fell asleep immediately that night. And that night, she dreamed. In her dream, Lily was sitting in a park on a cloudy and warm day, enjoying the breeze at her hair and the birds singing. A man then appeared in front of her. He was tall, with short and curly brown hair, hazel eyes wearing discreet glasses, and an absolutely beautiful smile that made her blush, completed with cute dimples on his cheeks. She felt nervous and shy, but excited at the same time. Jake was his name, and he wanted to know what she was reading. Lily told him very excited about this book, something related to the expensive tolls that ducks must pay when they fly south. He was sweet and wanted to take her to drink a coffee. So, they just were inside an Italian coffee shop that she loves, in the same block of her house. She asked for her usual latte and Bavarian cream bonbon for both, and he paid, as a gentleman does. They were chatting for hours, telling each other their life stories, hobbies, and dreams. Jake was a prince of the West, and he was working on construction, better, architect. He was an architect building the higher tower in the world. By the end of their date, it was sunset, and Lily thought that they could watch it from his car in a lover's lane, so he could kiss her romantically. And so, it was done. Their first kiss was the best she ever had passion and was romantic, with the lights of the red sun making the perfect picture that someone took for them and he kept in his wallet. They took the road to go back home, and it looked like a great moment to travel as a couple, so they drove to Florida and spent the whole month there. They occupied their days on the beach, swimming, flirting, and drinking margaritas. Every night, and they make love, and it was amazing like it was supposed to be. So, they dated for 3 months between a rainbow ice cream in the garden and a romantic travel to Venice, all happening in the blink of an eye. That's when she found herself pregnant and Jake proposed to her. He made it simple and intimate. That's the way she likes to be with him. They had homemade dinner, flowers and wine, and the "Marry Me" came written with rose petals over his bed. They spent the night between slow kissing, chatting about plans for their future life and making love. Lily moved to his place and their baby girl was growing healthy in her belly. They decided to call her Nancy, what gave her a sensation of déjà vu that she ignored as soon as it came. Jake was amazing, very sweet with her. They had very few discussions that were so intense as they love is but solved themselves fast and easily. Time was passing by, and the baby was going to come at any moment. They were going to wait until she recovered from the childbirth to marry, having their sweet little girl present for that special day. One night, they were doing a puzzle at the dining table when Nancy decided it was time. Lily started to feel the first pregnancy contractions, but she wasn't ready for the pain that she was going to feel next. The second contraction made her dizzy and Jake started disappearing in front of her. The third felt like she was falling, and in the fourth one, she woke up. It was 6:15 in the morning in her tiny apartment in the alley, and Nancy Cat was meowing to wake her up and fill the food bowl. "Oh, Nancy, I couldn't even see my baby's face," Lily exclaimed. And she suddenly noticed her eyes getting wet. Lily cried like a child that fell from the swing in a playground. She cried like her whole world had fallen apart, because it did. Lily dried her tears and started her day like usual. She was an adult. It was stupid to feel like that because of a dream. The day was passing by, and her students came as always. It was book club day, but she wasn't paying that much attention to it. Her mind was fixed in her dream and all the happiness she felt, that was now gone. Jake's pretty face was always in her mind, so she wished she could dream about him again. Every night from that Wednesday of April on, she would think about Jake and pray to God to show him in her dreams again. Night after night she kept having dreams about her classes, her books, but never Jake. He was out of her reach. As the weeks started passing by, it was hard for her to sleep. Lily was waking up in the middle of the night frustrated because she couldn't come back to her beautiful life, and her anger kept her awake for the rest of the night. After 3 months, she couldn't sleep anymore. Dr. Joseph Ackerman, Tabitha's psychiatrist, gave her pills to help her to sleep. And for some time, that was enough, because the pills were preventing her from dreaming at all. And not dreaming was better than having the hope of finding her family and being frustrated and angry when was not there. So, Lily started feeling better little by little, and slowly her life was getting back in the trails. On a Tuesday in September, her car was borrowed by her sister. Tabitha had a car crash, nothing bad, she said, but the car needed to be fixed, and I don't know what to do with Tommy without the car.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our website to read more tales. www.foresttales.com